This comic book nerd is going to review Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Alright, spoiler free, I'm not going to get into the later part of the stories, I'm just going to talk about the stuff that we have seen in the trailers and my overall feelings for it. So don't worry, no spoilers here. But I just want to say how they rooted Scott Lang as a real human in this world that has had all of this stuff happen to it is so good. It makes the character feel like a real human, and that carries through the entire movie. You cannot believe what is happening to little old Scott Lang the whole movie. It is so cool. Also, the family dynamic of what everybody's been doing and what everybody's been up to feels real. It feels like a real family, which is really nice. And then all of the quantum universe stuff. The CG is possibly some of the best CG I have seen Marvel do, besides Endgame and Infinity War. That is a class above all. But the creature design, the world, I never felt like I was looking at CG. I never felt like I'm like, oh, they're not actually there. It felt visceral. It felt real. Watching the trailers before the movie started and seeing like Shazam and seeing him fight a clearly poorly rendered CG dragon, and then seeing this, God, it makes everything else look so much worse. It feels so good. ILM, you guys outdid yourself with the CG on this movie. It is phenomenal. If all you do is go to this movie and watch it for the character and the creature creation and the world building and all of that that is the Quantumverse, it's totally worth your money. That alone is awesome. And MODOK, even though his CG stretched weird face that we've seen in the trailers is 100% what you see in the movie, it's probably the weakest part of the CG, he still somehow felt like he kind of sort of belonged there. He was very accurate to the comic books, this kind of nobody character that is just kind of throws a fit because he doesn't get his way, thinks he's all powerful and gets like easily kind of like pushed around by other people in the movie. But the throwbacks to other MCU movies with some of the lines was really good. I thought he felt kind of supposed to be there, just a little bit out of place when he was no longer like just this CG character, when he had the big stretched face. That kind of felt awkward, but you know, he's kind of I'll put it this way, MODOK was MODOK in this movie. Kang was also an incredible character. They kind of brought his pain out. You felt like he was a real person. Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang, that guy can play anybody. You could just give him any role, and I guarantee you he will knock it out of the park. He was so good. And the fact that Ant-Man, who is kind of a nobody character, he's not that powerful when you look at Thor and even Iron Man has a better suit, has more abilities, has all of this other stuff going on. Ant-Man just feels like he can't do anything. This movie proves that wrong. Ant-Man is a powerhouse simply because he is a dad. And that is so cool, and it felt earned. Everything that Ant-Man did in this movie felt earned. It was so, so good. The supporting cast around Ant-Man also felt like they kind of had their own story, their own time to shine. Not so much Wasp. She was just there because she was there. But everybody had their moment, it felt like, and everybody was there playing the role and furthering the story. Goes without saying that it fits perfectly at the end of Phase 4. It is the perfect capstone to Phase 4. It is the best Phase 4 movie. And Thor Ragnarok is my favorite movie of all time. And Thor Love and Thunder does not hold up to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I just think it was a better film. Yeah, it had its funny moments, but it was an action movie first, and that was really, really cool to see. So, needless to say, this gets the Code Nerd seal of approval. This is an awesome movie. It is worth your ticket. Go and see it. It's amazing.